So you're over 50 and thinking about running a half marathon? First off, yes, you can absolutely do this. But here's the thing, the way you train has to change. Today I'll break down how runners over 50 can run a 13.1 miles safely without injury, without burnout, and without chasing their younger self. Let's dive in. Hi, I'm Ralph and welcome to Ageless Runner. I'm all about helping you run smarter, go longer, and stay ageless. And welcome to the first episode in my video series on running a half marathon after the age of 50. Thank you for being here. You know, running a half marathon after 50 is one of the best goals you can have. It builds endurance, it builds strength, and brings clarity of mind, and keeps you connected to a purpose. It's not about beating your high school personal record. It's about proving that in this chapter of life, you have strength and grit. But let's be honest, training in your 50s and 60s and beyond is different than training in your 30s. Your body needs more recovery, your body needs more support, and your training plan needs to be smarter, not harder. But often runners after 50 make mistakes in their training, and here are the three most common mistakes I see in older runners. The first mistake I see is runners trying to run every day. You just can't do that over 50. Your body needs to try and recover. You don't get stronger from the run, you get stronger from the rest. Mistake number two is ignoring strength and mobility. Let's face it, we lose muscle mass as we get older, our joints stiffen up. We need to do strength exercises and we need to do stretching and mobility exercises. And mistake number three is skipping walk breaks because, well, that means we're weak. Let me say this clearly. Run, walk, run is the smartest strategy you can employ once you're over 50. It helps you avoid injury, helps you recover quickly, and helps you meet that goal of running a half marathon. So what happens after the age of 50? Because understanding this helps you train smarter, not harder. The first thing is recovery slows down. Our body just needs more time to repair and recover from workouts. It means we can't do back-to-back hard workouts. You're not going to do a long run today and go out and do intervals tomorrow. Your body just can't tolerate that. Which also means sleep and hydration are so very important as we get older. So the next thing that happens is we begin to lose muscle. Muscle loss begins to accelerate. It's estimated we lose about 1% of our muscle mass for every year after the age of 50. So we need to counteract that, which really means you need to strength train at least once or twice a week. And I've talked about this in other videos. You don't have to be a gym rat, but you need to do some either body resistance exercises, some dumbbell exercises, resistance bands, or something like that to help you maintain and fight that muscle loss. And as we get older, hormones shift. For women, menopause affects sleep, heat management, and recovery. For men, we lose a little bit of testosterone over time. All this means is we need to be a little more flexible in our training schedule. Remember, consistency beats intensity. It's more important to be consistent and train regularly than it is to train hard all the time. And the other thing as we get older is our tendons and joints become less flexible. They begin to stiffen up a little bit, which means we need to do things like warm-ups and stretching and mobility exercises. But you know, the good news is your heart and lungs still adapt. Your cardiovascular system can continue to improve well into your 70s. As long as you increase your mileage gradually and work out at a slow pace, you're going to improve your heart and lung ability. So yes, your body's changing. Yes, you have some of these roadblocks, but they're all manageable. They're all things you can do if you train a little smarter and not necessarily harder. So the first thing we want to do is foster the right training mindset, because that's your secret weapon. This isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about doing this right so you can enjoy it, have fun, and stay injury-free. And the first thing you need to do is run, walk, run. If you're not familiar with that, I have a series of videos on doing run, walk, run. I'll link to that down in the description, but that's the way to conserve your energy, reduce the risk of injury, and be able to run those long miles. It's been wonders for me. And the second thing is, think about only training 3 days a week. Again, rest will be important. Recovery will be important. We need to allow our bodies to do that. And finally, focus on sustainable progress. You're not looking for huge jumps in your training. You're looking for sustainable progress, consistent, ongoing progress. Work with that mindset. You'll go farther when you train smarter. So in the next video, I'm going to help you create your own customized training program that uses run, walk, run, including intervals, and a weekly structure that you can do. So hit that like button, subscribe, make sure you stick around for that next video. And hey, if you've already run a half marathon over 50, I'd love to hear about your experience. Please leave a comment below. What worked for you? What would you do differently today? Just drop it in the comments. So thank you again for being here. If you liked this video, enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, I'd love to have you stick around and be a subscriber. Again, thank you very much for being here. Run smarter, go longer, stay ageless.